When we became something hard, we never took the time to see if it was hard or not. We never saw what we want to impose on the war that was given to the people when they were taking it in their hands and taking the king's hand to another dimension of living, some idealistic, traumatized relationships with a girl and a boy or a man or a woman. Women and men are usually combined with each other to protect their siblings and their loved ones, to carry out a message to the world that we are one. We believe in God. We see God. We will never leave this planet without ambushing ourselves for the sake of God. God has never returned us a favor because we don't expect God to return us a favor. We expect God to listen and take his or her time doing whatever she can or he can the best to protect us and establish us in a way that we don't want to get too caught up in things by neglecting our feelings and idealistic time image. And he was a boy, but boy was a girl. Girl turned into a boy, boy just said, oh man, come on man. So I'm gonna say a little bit of things in a way that they combine with each other's sentences. These are gonna be little sentences combined with each other and it goes on like this, okay? Something like this, okay? Just wait 1 second, okay? Okay, so what is a harsh word? Harsh word can be called puking in the same lane as the ones that were trying their best to demonstrate their behaviors. Demons in the lanes, demons in the Maybachs, demons in the world Royce, watching out with their intellect eyes to see where you want to become the best. Photo shoot, photographer or photo shoot, photogenic person is always saying you're never enough for me when we say I love you. When you say I love you, a person always neglects other person, neglecting the day like this was Amber Rose's ideals on March. Ideal of Rivals was a great hit, but it's nothing compared to the ones I'm doing today. Today is the best time to tell your loved ones how much you love them, and this should be something like not the Parents' Day, not the Mother's Day, not the Father's Day, but something like this is I'm gonna cherish you the day. It's something like that. That was the way that we said, okay? So, when are you gonna buy me new things for my house? House in the main sources of billionaire sports and main fronts of the beaches in Manhattan or Tampa Bay or even Manager Square Gardens. I don't believe we are. See, I changed it up a little bit now, so I'm gonna say, okay? I'm gonna change it up a little bit now, so I'm gonna say what you wanna say, but you don't wanna believe in something you wanna say because we believed in what we are, whatever we wanted to say yesterday, but we never told the person we believed them till the time you saw what they have accomplished. Accompanied by the quick ones, accompanied by the cold-hearted girls that walk around the town telling you should get a job, you should get a life, you should get a girl, you should fight, you should pour out money, pour out drinks, drinking like lemonade, like I was Bella Dexter from the stories of Eden and March, fairy tales like Tinkerbell was Zara's favorite movie of the year, but zoning out in the same place over and over again is telling me I will not be combined with such protocol ways that take out the bank's money and sufficient funds to the Americans Association of Harvard companies, Harvard schools, Harvard leagues, Harvard boards of trustees. Trusting you, that trusting the same people over and over again can be a hard thing, but dealing with the strong man like Hubler, you, Lord, and Marlowe, like Paradise, champions in the same game and champions in the same league, but we're not driving the same car. Are we not living in the same buildings? See, they said I got that Bollywood flow, but I don't believe that I have volleyball flow. Just trying to cover around. You heard about the cover-up? Have you ever seen Purge? Profession is so in that implanting chlamydia. Perfection is all a chlamydia, that it makes you spirit up your posture. So, seeing what I wanted to see, pouring out the same ideas for my books and my writers. Is not the way we are in the same league, because you're not even my league, sir. League is something like, I would say, Timberland or Timber the King or Plant of the Apes or Runway, Cast Cash, Runway or Runaway, Cast Crime to the same idols of March, like I've moved Lucifer shadow between the lines of integrity and commissions of dollars and bills and commissions of ideas that were born to be sent to the jail cells, and the American history of the United States of America. The interized relationship between the countries and the known societies are pilgrims and Buddhas and censorships between the linings of American cities, citizens, and ideas of people who believe in something that we don't even want to believe in the first place. Saying something is crazy to the people who want to believe something is non-negotiable by anyone in the country of any states or any religion of the southeast, northwest, or whatever you want to call it. Bah! I just want to say that I want to become something very big, in the way that I want to become something very sharp, in the way that one becomes something very keen, in the way that one becomes a very programmatic, programmatic to the extent of the United Airlines and United States of America, and becoming something very sharp and long and continuing the legacy of the people who are something that are praying to the more mourning of the idols of the main sources of the corruption cases and lethal weapons and lethal injections. We are somebody always telling the other person, don't be so cruel on yourself, because cruelty is nothing but something that a person doesn't want to be seen in the first place. Something is very urgeful and something is very condemned when it comes to being in the presence of a god or a state to a god to a state is like Michael Jackson walking into defeat, into fatal product, walking sideways, walking forward. Never would be believed that we were enough for anyone. When we told ourselves communities of the strong rider is something that we want to accomplish in the first place. Saying that a child is never telling you the true story of the side that he's on is never the same thing, but they hear in the books of fairy tales to ignitions of the fire and fire to ignitions of the known ways that are totally upside down and upside down, meaning that we are not walking towards the sun if we don't believe in something that is so powerful that the sun falls down to the ground. And praise to the people. People are saying that the world is gonna end in 2026. People are saying that the world will end 2028. People are saying the world will end 2029. But we don't believe in any of that because we never understood where the mathematics of this was coming from in the first place. You understood the knowledge and the power of the people that once believed in the ancient history of Egypt or Syrians, or even believed in ancient history of Palestinians. We are never saying that you should do this to that person because you don't want to perceive yourself as a person that wants to be in that place, because you want to be the person in this place. That person is telling you, go fight that person, go kill that person, go murder that person, go rape that person, but you don't want to see that. Because you want to see something that you want to see from our eyes. We want to see glam, we want to see glory, we want to see God's face, we want to see Jesus Christ, we want to see America, we want to see South America, you want to see Iran, we want to see Egypt. We want to fly through different countries, then degrade our relationships on the books of the known philosophy that was told in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centuries of the main sources that combine the main ideas of where we're headed in the first place. We headed to a big disaster, we headed to a disaster that's so combined to the Argan world of the Iris world that is so alive and so procrastinating itself in the first place to do lazy things and lazy. But I'm telling you, you're not lazy to the lion, but lazy as a cat. A cat is never lazy, but lazy like Amy went to the store and got amazing panties. Well, I mean, I'm never gonna tell you that we're telling the same story from the same mouth and same tongue because we don't speak the same tongue. Tengu is speaking the same tongue will be like tongue next door to her. I mean, that's not me in the first place. But if you say tongue like being tongue, but I don't believe in tongue, but tongue was a good person, but I don't believe in tongue, I believe in tongue. You know what I'm thinking? Tongue, like so young. You know what I'm thinking? So young, be too young, be too young. What the hell would you mean by so young if you don't want to start a starship in the first place? Meaning walking to the wards, but walking to the world of Iris's world, to the baboon jungles and the baboon swifts and swift 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 and swift. We are somebody that we are in. for the skies, we live for something that we don't even buy. Abiding citizens and abiding the law, something that we've drawn on the holder tops, and clear clearance of the sources that are combined with something that are so sharp and so naive that we are telling the same story over and over again to our kids, people, and the people beside us. Living for something that is totally opposite of what you're doing on a daily basis can be a very harsh thing to do for the people who are trying their best in life to do something very protective, protecting the ones that are very hard to protect because they are committing crimes on a daily basis, and committing crimes on a daily year, 365 days a year. Something you forgot, beginning of the March 1st, April 1st, Fool's Day. We are all alive till we are dead, but dying is something that you will never want to do when you are in debt. Depth of the stars, depth of the American history, the depth of the American people are very crucial at this moment of life. Living for the people's attributes and people's inspiration can be. Nor might by some things called mermaids. Mermites are walking around the town in a very small, tiny piece of puzzle, thinking of doing something wrong. But we are not doing wrong till we believe in ourselves that we have done something wrong to the people that have not even committed something wrong in the first place. Everything is good till everything is bad. Turning bad from good is a very hard thing to do, but turning good from bad is a very easy thing to do. Easy off me and begin your prayers. Praying for the idols, praying for the morning stars, praying for the ones that are always busy to go on doing something very productive. It's a very spectacular virtual interception by the people's eyes. I'm not writing this song for people's eyes, but I'm writing this song for my eyes to see where I begin this race, relying totally on the race of the presidential candidates. That was once a lost item and lost virtue from the people that have seen more than they should have seen, and the people who know more than they should know. Knowing enough can be a very hard decision on your life, but lying to yourself is a very poor decision on your life. Rich people making poor decisions is a combination of nertalic and portalic. Portalic meaning very imbecile, and nautalic meaning very low. Lying down thinking that if the morning stars were combined with the moon, how would they look in the galaxy of sun? They would look like they are fighting each other to the point of the energy is totally dead. Dying for the ones that are always beginning to see the inner light of the tunnel vision. Tunnel visions has me turning pages for the more malic items that are on sale, for the food chains and the food groups that are done by the social networking and the social groups that swarm around the city for feast and dinner. Homeless man is something that has to do with Ho-Ho is not a homeless man, but he pretended to be a Boeing jet, Boeing 757, whatever you want to call it. I'm flying tomorrow to Middle East. Middle East in the middle of the Paris. Middle East in the middle of the Egypt. Middle East in the middle of the associations of demands and demanding places that is doomed by paralyzations and synthesis. Sympathies and commandments begin to shake my hands as I shake with laughter and subconscious mind that is so very alive, but at the same time asleep by the Illuminati associations. Illuminati association for the top group of the people that lay beneath the skins and cherish the worlds of the world games and the new world games and the new world and decisions and ideas that are ignited with fire and gasoline till we are all dead in the same picture. Never will I die, I will live for 100 years because I'm alive and I feel alive, and I will live for 100 years till the illuminated lights have turned off in arenas like medieval times, and the arenas like medieval conceptions of the ones that are more biblical than more Bible cases for FBI and FT investigations. We have stood up to something that is so interesting, and interesting debate left me stolen citizens that are non-citizens, but slowly from one where immigrant to the newcomers of America. American pie, American history, American lady, American first lady, to probably pronounce the name Saif. Hey, Saif, how you doing? I'm doing good, but I have not enough. I don't have enough energy to combine myself with directions and disorders of the normality man, so I write this song for you, and you, but I'm lying to my teeth, but I still love you. But I write this song for you. Hope you get this song, and enjoy it, and love it, and I'm out the song, biatch.
Our might so bad that we were born to be something that created religion and hate between the meek people and the people who did not believe in God. God took the days and turned it into nice by person, or compliments. And the days that we were shattered by the dreams that came into the relations of pissing the religion off. Because religion creates bishop. And we are not God. So we have created a God in between the linings of the south, east, and the west, and the north. We believe that we are somebody. So somebody is more bored and or more capable by the things that we do in the days. That we are cherished by known figures and ideal marches that begin to see the things sinking in the days, sinking in the night. We are not believers of anyone, but we are believers of God. We will not let anybody, because blessing me on God's name, because God has created the windows for the Christianity, Muslim, Chinese, Arabs, and every religion that there is personally. Norina is an Arab herself. She entered my body and she told me, we will take this plan on to the days that we were upset with the things that we could not do in the first place. Upsetting the people like Marrow. Days were ideal to the march of bands and fragrances, and some ideal prostrates and cancers and things like that. I don't begin to see where you can cause blessing me on the religion of Islam and the religion of Christianity. But some people have taken this for granted and took some paths in the way that were abiding to the people that were not alive, to the places that were once in a war zone, warriors and combined lethal weapons. And front page of the magazine cover like a fuck face. Ideas of the combined resources of the known pilgrims, and the scriptures of the Quran and the Bible were torn apart by pieces to the days that they were ignited to the people's eyes. This was not done by anybody with the hate crime religion, but this was done by someone who has ignited the feeling of being God in the first place, creating God, igniting God. God is one, God is one, and God is me. This will be the most obnoxious and the most critical way to ignite fire with the people's eyes, and the fire in the people's eyes that is so desperate and so demure that they cannot even factor what side they want to take in the first place, because clearly they're taking the girl's side over anything she has done in the first place, and anything that's unacceptable to the community of North America or South America or even Islamic communities. Islamic communities became one and did not take the challenges of becoming two. They took the chances of seeing the doubles of the triples of the triple O's, burgers and shrimps and milkshakes and ideas that were so born to be in the slavery community that slaves became one. And they took over the world like this was a Freemasonry handshake in the first place. Playing with fire is something that you're igniting to the bond of bills and creations of God, the creations of demons and creations of angels. What do you believe in? Why do you think best of me was caused to the religion of Christianity and Islam by people that are unknown in the world, and they cannot show their apture by the ways they are leaning towards the sun and leaning towards the moon in a sun ray Maybach as it glides down the street with the gloomy look of the eyes. We are never enough for people till we become a shattered dream, a shattered book, a shattered jaw of some kind that is a pain, priority of a python snake and a grippical lion or something, like a very evil presence of a black magic that Sober is trying to cause on me, but it's not working, because Norina has the power that she already did the prayer to the people and caused black magic. That's why if you want to trip, then I'm gonna meet you there. Because you're tripping at the moment, break down. And these Islamic people are kinda tripping. And they don't know what they're going for. But never's gonna work on me. Because I have created some religion bishops that have never even seen God. God is one, God is two, God is three. But God can never be replaced by anybody in the world. So don't cause too much blessing me in the world. And create the path that you want to create. Walk the straight line, and we will figure out who these people are in the world. Thank you. The most sickest, most evil, and the most interrogating people in the world that are unknown and unseen by the people.
Show me the days that were alive. But they were not so alive when they came to days that were too many places in the world. In the cities, and the shores. We come together as a team. We come together as a nation. We come together as a spiritual being. Black magic, whatever you want to call it. CIA arrivals. Maybe last year was so non-legend, the third degree. But third degree was enough to be four. More life, more days, more sympathies, more symphonies, more impression, more aggression, more limitation, more commandments commanding the people who are saluting the days where we say what haven't done to the person's I am the evil, I am the good, I am the Shannon, I am the Illuminati play game. I said before, some couple things before that were not a nice thing to say online, Google being. But I do not want amigos because I hate everything back. I said just take me back to the United, take me back, the alarm, the camera, take me back. And literally, Jolie, I beg you for the days that were alive. We shall dream and laugh, can then party. Just not you, but there was the devil of you. Maybe I was in with all my imagination. But imagination can take pleasure being delusional in the days. They can begin to just see you're crazy enough to be part of the regime, the Hitler, or no, I don't know. You're part of Hitler, I wanna be a part of the Association of America Intellectual Nonsense world that I'm announced to kings and chat-ons and piss and everything that like we see in the people's eyes. I'm the people, I'm not doing jobs, and I'm holding up to see the animals. I stand from the stands so far away, seeing the little man as I was the rock, the big people's champion. Fashion was a great movie, but I got a gun to shoot you. But in the long, the doctor was that kind of that, and the heavy life for black people run away from each person. But I'm not running gay, I'm not willing me from anything. They're giving me themselves, they're giving me hope, they're giving them glory. Give me nightmares, I don't wanna be this nightmare. I heard The Bottom was a great single, but it wasn't good enough for me because I am 6 foot tall, 6 foot standing to a 200 animal of Lion Games premiering like lose my mind. It might not be for 6 foot, but I might be closest for 5'9", 5'6", 5'7", 5 foot. It doesn't matter. I have a white t-shirt on. You can attract any woman in the world. I'm trying to attract one woman in the world, and that's my mom in doorstep. You don't wanna see me if you don't wanna see me pee to the window, peep into the middle like an evil eye from the main bag of Rolls Royce or Maserati. Or I would out in the words and 999 bottoms and car shoes and never wear pile. We heard about the lab before, but I don't wanna get this right now. But I'm the baby, I'm in the position of power in the game, power of the light, power of the knees, power of the aluminum, power of Eminem, power of the most expensive people in the world. Kimco, Benzil, Marzak, the word. I wanna be important, but because I'm a geek, I'm a nerd, I'm a brother, I'm a book builder. I'm jealous, like wearing temples today. $10 a day with mine, not for me, but I have gone crazy on the days that I couldn't be, could not be, could see, could not, could hear, could not hear, but I didn't care. When there were slaves, there were ideas, but the ideas were given. They were given in a shatter form when they took some time to disclare. The differences from moving to one country from another country was total of propaganda from the justice system. Just justify me where I want to become something very big big in the game, big in the league, big in the centuries, big in the centuries. Centuries, admiring the ones that believe what you want to become when you are bolder and bigger. Bigger Than You was a great song, but I don't want to say that you will be the first one to take in the line when you want to buy some cheese and eggs and bacon. Or even the Muslim people who don't eat bacon. Maybe they eat halal bacon or something like that. Or whatever you want to call it. I'm getting off the topic. My subject is that I want to see environable days for the slaveries. And the new slaves of America, the new slaves of the countries were torn down by Democrats and justice systems to amplify their deeds and beliefs of such glorious days. I know where the news plays. I know where the news lives. I will move my country out the country so you can see where I stand. Where we begin our journey for academic and intermatic ways of lighting, finding the places of horrific plains and rise for the people who are just not in the system of the leagues and the Soviets that are combined with such glory that was given to people when they first were diagnosed with hypocritical sickness. And that is my sickness, mere sickness, and a sickness of something that is